Hey guys, it's Margie. Welcome back to Margieville. So as you can see, I'm having a little fun with the Darth Vader mask I picked up the other day. We went to do a little shopping for the Munchkins birthday party coming up at Party City, and they had some pretty cool masks. So the hubby and I picked up a little Darth Vader and Batman mask action, and you'll probably see more of that on the vlog in the future. So this is an extension of last week's vlog, which was the TMI tag part 1. There were 50 questions in this tag. That is a lot of questions and I talk a lot. So we have split this into 2 weeks and you are currently looking at part 2 of the TMI tag. The reason I joined YouTube, oh God, do we have an hour and a half? No, we don't. Okay, so why did I join YouTube? I joined YouTube sort of as the next evolution in my work with social media. So I have a master's degree in education technology, and one of the things we discussed during the program was the use of social media. I started becoming more and more interested in what social media could do, and one area that I didn't have very much experience but wanted to gain more experience was YouTube. And the best way for me to learn more about something and to engage more with something is to jump right in, and that's exactly what I did. I jumped right in and I decided, you know what, I'm going to start vlogging. There are great vloggers out there that I've been watching for literally years at this point. And I really liked what they did, and I'm like, why am I just sitting here admiring them when I can go and do this for myself? And that's exactly what I've decided to do. What are my fears? I am afraid of anything that might hurt my daughter. I am afraid of spiders and any kind of gross bugs. I'm afraid of heights. I'm starting to work on that. And I have a little fear associated with driving, which is why I don't drive. The last thing that made me cry, oh God, which commercial was it? It was either a commercial or a TV show. I am a sympathy crier. So if somebody's doing something sad or thinking about something sad or has a sad look on their face, you can pretty much guarantee I will be crying. Last time you said you loved somebody, about 5 minutes ago, before I sent my husband off to jiu-jitsu for the night. The meaning behind my YouTube name. Well, my YouTube name is also my Twitter handle and my Instagram name and my Facebook page name. It's basically my social media name, Margieville. It kind of comes from the fact that my name is Margie. Now, my name is actually Margaret, but, and I've been kind of anti-nickname for the longest time, but over time, I think it started with my husband and then with our close friends. He just started calling me Margie, and then our close friends started picking up on it, to the point where basically my close friends will call me Margie. And since this is my social media space, my alternate electronic life, I guess you could call it, this is the Ville, or the village that I live in, hence Margieville. The last book that I read and the book that I am currently on, those are the next 2 questions. Well, those are actually sitting right behind me in my book pile. I am currently reading the original screenplay for J.K. Rowling's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I have not yet actually seen the movie, and I have no intention of actually seeing it until I've finished reading the book, which means I will probably see it in its last days in the theater in a little bit. The last book that I finished, although I keep going back to it, is The Internet is a Playground. Again, anything technology based always interests me, and the internet is freaking hilarious. because people say the weirdest things, and we'll get into the weirdest stuff. So this has been a good laugh for me to remember not to take everything I see on and hear on the internet so seriously, and to enjoy it for the funniness that ensues. So the next question is, what's the last show that you watched? The last show that I watched was actually the newest episode of Sherlock. So season 4, episode 1 just came out a couple of days ago. It was really good. The last person I talked to, again, was the hubby just before he headed out the door. What is the relationship between you and the person you last texted? The person I last texted was my best friend. So, my best friend, that's the relationship. What's your favorite food? My favorite food is any kind of noodle-based, just Asian noodle-based dish. It can be soup, like pho. It can be like a lo mein or anything like that. I just love noodles. Unfortunately, I can't eat most of them because I have celiac. Most of the noodles are made with wheat, so that's a non-starter for me. Although I have figured out how to use gluten-free corn-based pasta from Italy to make my favorite Taiwanese beef noodle soup. Don't ask. It manages to work and it's yummy. Name a place you'd like to visit. I would like to visit New Zealand, which is fortuitous because I have friends that just moved back there after many years. So I have people to go visit. Where was the last place you've been? Now I'm assuming in terms of last place, they're meaning like where have you been outside of where you live, because last place I've been, work. Where was the last place that I've been? Mexico. It's a favorite vacation spot for our family. We tend to like the Mayan Riviera. So yeah, we took the monkey for a pre-start of school trip last year to get her in the mood for school and to just basically shake off the end of summer and give ourselves like a refresh to get us through to the end of the year. Do you have a crush? Does that count if you are married? I guess I'm crushing on the hubby, and he's always, man crush Monday. Last time you kissed somebody? About an hour ago when I got home. Got a kiss from the hubby. So you can see this is kind of going on the same thing. The last time I was insulted. Man, I can't even remember the last time I was insulted by someone. Maybe on the internet? I think that's probably the last time I was actually insulted, because it's weird. It's one of those things that I think we probably find is more common through the anonymity of the internet these days than it is in face-to-face communication, because I can't even remember the last time somebody insulted me to my face. I mean, I have been insulted a couple of times in my lifetime, but not in the last few years. I just don't think people are like that anymore. At some points they don't really have the wherewithal to do it to your face. But it's much easier with the anonymity of the internet these days, and people will be insulting. I think the last major insult I got was somebody decided that they didn't like my stance on something, so their way of dealing with it was to basically say that, I think it was something along the lines of how horrible a person I was, and he knew this based on the fact that I dyed my hair red and that I had tattooed my body to obviously cover it up. It wasn't even an insult that made sense, which is why it's taken me so long to register it was actually an insult. Favorite flavor of sweet? I think they mean candy? I don't know. I don't know who writes these lists. Favorite flavor of sweet? Chocolate. Dark chocolate. Across the board. I don't care. Unless it's a crappy dark chocolate across the board is my favorite type of sweet. What instruments do you play? Or what instrument or instruments do you play? I technically only really play one anymore, and that is keyboard. So piano or anything with a keyboard. I used to play the clarinet and a little bit of the drums. Drums died off pretty quickly as soon as my parents realized how loud they actually were. And the clarinet I only did until like the middle of high school, after which point I couldn't be bothered. Favorite piece of jewelry? I'm going to have to come back with that. I'm going to give you two answers, because realistically, the one thing I haven't taken off in 20 years, well actually 18, is this. this is my wedding sets. But I don't think that that's exactly what that question was asking. So, what is my favorite piece of jewelry outside of the wedding set? It's this. This was a 40th birthday gift from my bestie. Let me just bring that a little closer. This, hopefully you guys can see it really well, is a D20. If you're not familiar with gaming, D20 is a 20-sided dice. This one was custom made for me. This is solid silver. But yeah, this was a 40th birthday present for my bestie. We both have the original, which is basically actual D20 dice that have been made into necklaces. We got those a few years ago at a fan convention, and then when my 40th came along, she commissioned this to be made by a local jeweler out of solid silver. Like I said, favorite piece of jewelry I've received, especially anything that has come from anyone other than my husband, but other than my wedding band, it is literally the favorite, my favorite piece of jewelry. Don't tell my husband that though, because there is plenty of very nice jewelry he's gotten me, but this one takes the cake for sure. Last sport you played? I don't really play sports. You may be able to catch me playing soccer with the kidlet. But other than that, I don't really play group sports. I'm not a group sport girl. I'm a person that likes to do things like snowshoeing or running. I'm a very solitary, athletic person. I have one of those jobs where I'm dealing with people a lot during the day, so any kind of downtime activities tend to stay a little more solitary because I am technically an introverted personality, which means that I need a little more me time to sort of replenish and get myself ready to interact with other people. So after interacting with people all day long, I want to do sporty, athletic stuff that I can do by myself. Last song you sang. I don't sing. I don't sing a lot. I'm the girl that only does karaoke when everybody else in the room is drunk. Just saying. Favorite chat up line. Now, again, I don't know who wrote these questions. I'm assuming that chat up means pickup line, and my favorite, in the words of Joey Tribbiani, how you doing? Has it ever worked? Well, works on my husband. Last time you hung out with anyone? Well, last time I hung out with anyone was probably Friday? If it wasn't like a party or whatever, I would say that my last hangout was Friday. I hung out with a friend of ours. The last question, who should answer these questions next? I don't know. Whoever wants to. So yeah, that was my TMI 50 questions on the TMI tag. Hopefully, you guys learned some interesting stuff about me. Maybe. I don't know. I learned a couple interesting things about me. Made me think a little bit. Let me know if you actually do a TMI tag. I would love to see it. Just put some information in the comments below and let me know that you've done a TMI tag, and I will totally come and watch yours. Please subscribe to my channel. I am working hard to get those numbers up, and I would love to see more subscribers. I'd also love to know more about what you guys would like to see as I'm getting my vlogging bearings. So, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you back here next week.